Hello everyone, my name is Prabjeet Singh Baga and I'm a technical marketing engineer at Cisco Systems working on Cisco DNS Center. Cisco DNS Center is a controller for your networks and application. It provides a one-stop shop to network automation, observability, visibility, zero trust, and programmability. In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to migrate from Cisco Prime 3.10 to Cisco DNS Center. I'm going to introduce all the tools that we have created to make this migration very seamless and easy. Let's get started. We have heard our customers and they were concerned about how the migration will go from Cisco Prime to Cisco DNS Center. So to mitigate that and to make it very visible, we have created a tool called the PDART tool. And what it does is it assesses the readiness of your migration from Prime to DNS Center. It looks at all the use cases you are currently running on your Cisco Prime, and then it compares the use cases with the one on Cisco DNS Center, and it will tell you how they will look like after the migration. It also looks at the devices that you're managing on Cisco Prime and show you exactly how they will migrate to Cisco DNS Center. It does the same thing with other features like reports on Prime, and it also tells you what Cisco DNS Center appliance you will need for your entire network deployment that is running today on Cisco Prime. At the end of it, you will get a PDF report generated, and that PDF report is going to list out all of the different things that we just talked about. The next tool that we have built is called the Prime Data Migration Tool, PDMT. PDMT tool runs directly on Cisco Prime, and it's a very easy step process to migrate from Prime to DNS Center. So the first step is to connect to your Cisco DNS Center. The second step is we select what needs to be migrated from Cisco Prime to DNS Center. And we select what sites that we want to migrate from Cisco Prime to Cisco DNS Center. And then if you have currently running ICE or CMX on Cisco Prime, we can migrate that to Cisco DNS Center as well. And then we select if you have any CLI templates that you're currently running on Prime. We select which ones do we want to migrate to Cisco DNS Center. At the last, we have a summary of everything that you would like to migrate. We start the migration, and then API calls get run between Cisco Prime to Cisco DNS Center, and everything gets migrated seamlessly. At the end of the migration, you will see all of your maps, your topologies, your devices, configurations, CLI templates, your ICE and CMX. Everything gets migrated from Cisco Prime to Cisco DNS Center. We run an API call on the back end from Cisco Prime to Cisco DNS Center on port 443. With that API call, everything gets migrated seamlessly. You do not have to worry about exporting maps, exporting location from Prime, and then importing it again on Cisco DNS Center. With this tool, we have made this process very seamless. Let's get into the demo. The first thing we will do here is we'll go to our Cisco Prime 3.10 and we'll see how our network deployment looks like. So we'll go to the hamburger menu, we'll go to maps and go to site maps. And we will notice that we have a site called Milpitas over here. And inside Milpitas, we have a building called San Jose 23 and a floor 1. And inside floor 1, we can see we have 5 access points. What we should see after the migration is that all of these 5 access points migrate successfully to Cisco DNS Center. Now we'll also look at the network devices that are currently managed by Cisco Prime. We can see that we have lots of switches, access points, and also 9800 wireless LAN controller. So when we actually do the migration, we can see all of these migrate to Cisco DNS Center. We'll also go into configuration and features and technologies and look at the CLI templates that we have currently configured on Cisco Prime. We can notice that we have lots of CLI templates configured, but in this demo, we're going to focus on this CLI template called modify 802.1x. So we can see the template has been configured and has been deployed. So we're going to migrate this to Cisco DNS Center. The last thing we're going to see here is under administration, we can see that there is an ICE server which is already configured with Cisco Prime. We will migrate this to Cisco DNS Center as well. Let's now jump into the Cisco DNS Center UI and make sure that all of these sites and devices are not currently present in Cisco DNS Center. So we'll log into Cisco DNS Center, we'll go to the hamburger menu and design and network hierarchy. And we can see that we have 3 sites configured here, but Milpitas site is not one of them. We'll also go into provision and inventory, and we'll take a look at the network devices that we currently have. So as you can see, under global, we do not have any devices. So once we start the migration, we will see all of those devices from Prime move to Cisco DNS Center. The last thing we're going to see is that there is no Prime related CLI template present currently in Cisco DNS Center. Ready to start the migration, we'll go to the hamburger menu, click on Prime Data Migration Tool, and launch the Prime Data Migration Tool. This is the tool that is running on Cisco Prime 3.10, and this migrates all of your devices configuration templates that we saw before to Cisco DNS Center. So the first step here is to actually connect to the Cisco DNS Center. So we'll enter the Cisco DNS Center IP address or host name with the username, password, and then we will try to connect. The green check mark here indicates that the connection was successful. In Prime 3.10 PDMT tool, we have a new feature called multi-server settings. With this, we are able to migrate now to multiple Cisco DNS Center clusters and retain the migration data. One thing to keep in mind is that we can only migrate to one Cisco DNS Center at a time. Here, we can see the list of all of our previous migrations. Step number 2 is going to be sync settings. Here, we are able to decide if we want to coexist between Cisco Prime and DNS Center, or if you want to just use Cisco DNS Center for our network deployment. Click on these boxes if you would like to move any newly created groups and added devices from Cisco Prime to Cisco DNS Center automatically. If you currently have CMX running with Cisco Prime, you can click on that checkbox. We do not have that, so we do not click on that. We do have an ICE server currently added to Cisco Prime, so we're going to check the box for migrating ICE. And we also want to migrate CLI templates, so we're going to check on that. Under usage details, we can select the site that we would like to migrate from Cisco Prime to Cisco DNS Center. Here, we will check on Milpitas. And if we drill down to Milpitas, we can see that San Jose 23 and Floor 1 also will get migrated. So now we can select where in DNS Center we would like to place the Milpitas site. We can either select one of the existing site or click on Global. You can see that Milpitas site is marked for migration. And now we click Next. The next step is step number 4, which is adding ICE server to the migration. Here, we need to make sure that the timeout value is set for 20 and not more than that. We also have to make sure that the FQDN entry is filled out because Cisco DNS Center requires FQDN entry to be enabled to integrate with ICE. We also need to add a shared secret key. Also, Cisco DNS Center requires a PXGrid connection to ICE, so make sure ICE has PXGrid enabled. And we also need to enable ERS settings on ICE, and also make sure that your UI and your CLI password for ICE are same. We hit save to make sure all of these configuration changes have taken place, and we click on Next. Step number 5 is selecting what CLI templates we want to migrate from Cisco Prime to Cisco DNS Center. Here we can see that we have a 802.1x CLI template and a May 17th CLI template. We'll select on both of them to migrate to Cisco DNS Center and just check those boxes, and we click on Next. All right, now we have reached the last step of summary. Now we verify which groups we are migrating to Cisco DNS Center. We are migrating Milpitas site. We also see the list of devices we are migrating to Cisco DNS Center. We have the controller, the switches, and with the controller also moves the access points. We also see that Floor 1 is going to migrate, the location of APs on Floor 1. We can also see that ICE will migrate, CLI templates, and these are our sync settings. To start the migration, we click on Force Sync. Click on Yes to give permission to Cisco Prime to add data to Cisco DNS Center. Now this is where the migration process has started. Cisco Prime has started running API calls to DNS Center. It has started moving Milpitas site. It has also started moving all of our devices to Cisco DNS Center. It is also migrate Cisco ICE to DNS Center, and also all the CLI templates that we had selected. Pretty soon we're going to see that the migration will complete, and now we are ready to check this in Cisco DNS Center. We will now go to Cisco DNS Center and we'll verify if everything got migrated properly from Cisco Prime. So we'll go to Design, and we can see now that there is Milpitas site on Cisco DNS Center. We can also see that the Floor 1 got migrated, San Jose Building 23 got migrated, And we also see that 5 APs are here on Cisco DNS Center. Now we'll go to provision and inventory to see if all of the devices that we saw on Prime got migrated to Cisco DNS Center. So as you can see, all our network devices, switches, wireless LAN controller, access point, all of them migrated successfully from Cisco Prime to Cisco DNS Center. Now we will go under Tools and Template Editor to see if the CLI templates that we had selected on Cisco Prime migrated successfully on Cisco DNS Center. Here we can see that both the templates have migrated successfully. The last thing to check is to see if the ICE server got migrated and if it's active. So we'll go into settings and we'll go into authentication and policy servers. And here we can see that the ICE server has migrated successfully to DNS Center and it's also in active state. We can also see the FQDN entry that we had added on the Prime migration tool is also here, and Cisco DNS Center has successfully integrated with ICE server. This brings us to the end of the video. I hope this was informative and you were able to see how easy it is to migrate from Cisco Prime to Cisco DNS Center. Please reach out to us and let's get you started on this journey. For more additional links, please check out these links that we have provided here and also check out the other videos on this channel. Happy learning.